What's wrong with me? Why can't I eat like a normal person? This is so stupid. I should be over this by now. If you've ever thought something like this about your food addiction struggle, you are not alone. And chances are that the reason you're most likely struggling to end your food addiction is not because there's something wrong with you, but because you're most likely applying a strategy that is either ineffective or maybe even faulty, which is why in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 common mistakes that so many smart, savvy people make that actually keep them stuck in the binging and obsessing cycle with food. And at the end of the video, I will share with you what to do instead so you can get on your path of lasting freedom. So if you're excited about this topic, make sure to like this video so I know to make more videos like this for you. Hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Debbie Lichter, food addiction expert and founder of the Freedom Embodied Academy, where I help high-achieving women who know what to do when it comes to their relationship with food, but who still get stuck in the binging and obsessing cycle, have actual freedom from food addiction and food obsession so that you can feel comfortable in your skin and have the confidence to be authentically you and shine your light in the world. Okay, so the first common mistake is trying to fix your food addiction by focusing on fixing your food. This includes going on a diet or a cleanse or trying to stick to a food plan or protocol. Here's why this is a mistake. Because when you're going to food when you're not hungry, or you're eating past the point of being full, or you're constantly thinking about what to eat all the time, or you're binging at late night, these are all symptoms of an underlying problem. They are not the actual problem itself. The actual problem itself is more about what's driving you to food in the first place. And what's driving you to food in the first place is some form of internal discomfort or dis-ease, like feeling embarrassed or feeling agitated or irritated or feeling disconnected or feeling angry or alone or just not feeling okay and not knowing why. Whatever the internal discomfort or dis-ease is, when you have that internal state of discomfort and dis-ease, it will drive you for an external source of ease and comfort. And that external source of ease and comfort is found oftentimes in food. It's also found in alcohol or in screen time or in shopping or in many other addictive patterns. So if we're spending all of our time trying to figure out what to eat, trying to stick to a food plan or stick to a particular eating protocol, we are preoccupying ourselves with surface strategies that never actually address the real problem, that underlying problem. So can you relate? Have you tried to fix your food addiction by fixating on figuring out your food and what to eat? Go ahead and post a comment below. And let me just say that this is what I did for years. So, no judgment whatsoever. And in fact, 99.9% of the people that I speak with who struggle with food addiction and food obsession are applying this strategy. So just remember that there is nothing wrong with you. There is just something wrong with the strategy. This is an ineffective strategy because it doesn't address the real problem. And because it doesn't address the real problem, that underlying problem, the discomfort and dis-ease, will ultimately become so overpowering that it will drive you back to food and you'll find yourself falling off the plan. It's not you, it's the strategy. Okay, so common mistake number 2 is depending on others' food plans and eating protocols instead of your own inner guidance. So this is such a common mistake because so many people who struggle with food addiction don't trust themselves when it comes to food. And so it's easy to defer to what someone else tells you to eat. And I get it. When you've made so many promises to yourself to lay off the sugar or stop binging at night or only have one serving of ice cream or only have one slice of pizza and you haven't stuck to it, it's easy to lose confidence in your ability to make healthy choices and to just want to follow what someone else tells you to eat. I did this. This is exactly what I did initially. The problem with this strategy is that it keeps you perpetually locked into this pattern of relying on outside opinions and not trusting yourself. And this is not a long-term solution for lasting freedom. Now, this strategy will give you a sense of safety, especially if you fear that left to your own devices, you're going to just binge out of control. But it's a false sense of safety because it keeps you reliant upon the outside for a sense of what's right and wrong when it comes to food. It never actually teaches you how to cultivate that internal trust so that you can trust yourself to make healthy choices, which is an absolutely vital part of the path of lasting freedom from food. Now, if you're currently following someone else's food plan or protocol right now, my suggestion is to not do anything drastic. Just ask yourself, do I want to cultivate a deeper level of inner trust? And if you do, then you can see this strategy as a stepping stone for a new level of freedom and a new level of inner trust. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to make some recommendations for what you can do. Okay, mistake number 3 appears to take us in the opposite direction of mistake number 2, but is actually connected. Because mistake number 3 is when you try to do the lone wolf thing and try to figure out your food struggle all on your own without asking for any help or getting any kind of support. This, by the way, was totally me again for many, many years. So if this is you right now, no judgment at all. So, people generally will lone wolf it for a number of reasons, right? Maybe you were raised to believe that you're supposed to be totally self-sufficient and not ask for help. Or you feel embarrassed, you don't want to be judged. Or you feel like asking for help means that you're lazy or weak. Or maybe you've been let down or you've been hurt or disappointed by others. And so you don't want to feel vulnerable again, and asking for help feels vulnerable. Now, all these reasons are totally understandable, but when you try to figure out your food addiction problem without getting any support or without getting any guidance, it just simply doesn't work. And here's a few reasons why. Like we just spoke about, yes, the ultimate path of freedom from food is to regain a sense of inner trust and to essentially rely on your own inner guidance. But as we also just talked about a few moments ago, most people who struggle with food addiction don't trust themselves. And so that actually creates a lot of self-doubt, a lot of second guessing, and usually has people endlessly researching what to eat, looking outside of them for other people's opinions and protocols of what they should be eating. It essentially keeps people bound to mistake number 1, which is fixating on food and using a food-focused strategy, which, as we just spoke about, doesn't address the real problem. Another reason why lone wolfing doesn't work is because people tend to rely on the tools and strategies that they used in the past. But everything that you've done in the past, whether that was a diet or an exercise plan or doing a pantry cleanse or trying to cut out all the carbs and sugar or going on a cleanse, has brought you to where you are right now. But if you're wanting a new result, if you're wanting a new level of freedom, it's going to require a new approach. And that usually requires a new level of support and guidance. And finally, what makes doing things solo a mistake is because when you get in your stuff, whether your stuff is, beating yourself up after a binge or getting depressed or feeling anxious or wanting to hide and isolate or feeling resentful or being in resistance or having a bunch of fear come up, when you don't have the support and guidance in moving beyond that, you get mired in it. You get stuck in it and unable to move forward. And that oftentimes will actually send you back into a binging and obsessing cycle with food. Okay, so now you know what the 3 common mistakes are that prevent people from overcoming food addiction. So let's talk about what to do instead. So the first thing you want to do is get clarity about what is causing your food addiction and food obsession in the first place, which is something I go way more into in this video right here. And if you're really wanting to go deeper and find out what the real solution is to having lasting freedom from food addiction and how to get on that path of freedom right away, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below for the Freedom from Food Addiction Clarity Guide. It's a free download, and it's going to go into a lot more detail about all of that. The next thing you want to do is learn how to reconnect in your body and with your own inner guidance so that you can cultivate inner trust when it comes to your relationship with food and really to every area of your life. Now, learning how to trust yourself is a gradual journey, especially if you have struggled with self-doubt in the past. But a great place to start are with some simple body awareness practices that can really help you from being focused on what's outside of you to starting to sense and feel what's going on inside of you. Now, if you'd like some support with reconnecting in your body and learning how to sense and feel what's going on inside of you, I will leave another link in the description box below for my Instant Embodiment Reset Guide, which has got 5 really simple practices to help you to get out of your head and start getting more comfortable in your skin. And these simple practices will absolutely put you on your path of starting to sense and feel what's going on the inside, which will help you to start cultivating that deeper sense of inner trust. The third thing you want to do is get the right kind of support and guidance. So, some recommendations for what to look for when you're looking for the right kind of support and guidance for you. Firstly, I recommend that you look for someone who has been where you have been, meaning that they have struggled with food in a similar way that you have struggled with food, and they currently now have what you want. The second thing is that you want to find someone who has a proven pathway that's actually geared towards addressing the underlying problem, right? What's driving you to food in the first place so that you can get free of the addiction and the compulsion to eat, which will ultimately free you from food. And thirdly, that this person is guiding you along a pathway that is ultimately bringing you back to yourself and your own inner guidance. You do not want someone who is making you dependent upon them. So there you have it. 3 common mistakes to overcoming food addiction and what to do instead. So if you got some value here today, please do give this video a like. Make sure to subscribe, watch this video next, and I will see you next time.